United States,
Brazil,
Turkey,
Hungary,
Austria,
Russia,
Switzerland,
Denmark,
Belgium,
Estonia.
Germany.
What do all of the countries have in common?
All of these countries have observed an uprising of right-wing populism.
What are right-wing populist parties?
Those are parties that use a populist rhetoric and are closely associated to ideologies such as anti-immigration, anti-globalization, anti-environmentalism, neo-nationalism, and Euroscepticism. In a nutshell, they are very good at convincing you that everything coming from outside is bad.
Populist parties so successful?
As already mentioned, right-wing populists do know how to convince people of their ideologies. They have been trained to do that. They know how to emphasize and even fuel people's fears, such as their innate human fear of the unknown, the fear of social decline, unemployment, and terrorism due to globalization, growing immigration. So people have these feelings, finally feel heard and understood.
And to stop the uprising of populism?
Well, it might seem overwhelming, but there's certainly something you can do about this. For example, political parties could start taking people's fears seriously instead of just ignoring them and brushing them off. And also history lessons should start focusing on identifying present-day right-wing populism instead of just learning benchmark of past events. Also, one could work on a more effective integration of migrants.
So, what can I do?
Go and vote. Whereas some citizens are forced to cast a ballot in their home country, others have the freedom to choose whether they exert the right. But this right is invaluable. Our ancestors have fought for it. It gives them the opportunity to have a say in politics and to eventually even provoke a change. So don't waste that opportunity. Other than that, be empathetic. Try to relate to anyone who expresses their fear of the growing immigration. Ignoring those fears is exactly what helped right-wing populism to rise. By showing that those fears are being heard and taken seriously, they might open up for new ideas that are not as racist. Finally, do not avoid political discussion. Also, if you might be scared about getting into an argument with a friend or maybe strangers, talking about the topic and confronting them with different points of view is the only way to make a change. When being involved in the discussion, try to rather focus on arguments in favor of your party rather than rejecting their party, which would be as rejecting them. Whereas by presenting new ideas, they might be more willing to listen.
So to summarize, right-wing populism might be an overwhelming issue to deal with, but it's not impossible. You can always make a change if you only put your mind into it.